If you're in the market for a front wheel driven power chair with 5 electrical seat functions, well, stay tuned to this video to learn more. Hey, I'm Alex with Marcs Mobility. In this video, we're going to go over a Permobil F3, which is a front wheel driven unit by Mobility. This particular unit is a 2020 model that has less than 1 mile of total drive distance. So whoever got this unit was not able to use this because 1 mile is absolutely next to nothing on a power chair. Now, this unit does have a 300-pound weight capacity, and it is going to have a 12-inch seat lift, electric tilt, electric recline, electric legs, and then it's going to have a forward anterior tilt as well. It's also loaded with the light package, so it pretty much has everything that you need on a power chair. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through electrical seat functions. This one has an ICS box, is what they call the 4-function box behind the joystick, that you're able to do the different seat functions right through here. If you did not have this function box, then you're able to do everything right here through the joystick. So I'm just doing it because it's a little bit easier right here through the function box. And I will show you, this is what the seat is going to look like when it's in the all the way elevated position. I do know when you're all the way in the down position, you're a little over 6 miles an hour top end speed. And when you're in the up position, it's somewhere in that 3.5, 3.3 to 3.4 mile an hour top end speed when you are elevated. The seat cushion, seat to ground height when you're in the elevated position is going to be about 34 inches. And to the pan is about 30 inches. So when the seat is down, you're going to be at about 22 inches top of the cushion to the ground. And that may vary based on the size of the cushion or the height of the cushion that we put on the unit. But just know you're going to be, with this current 4-inch cushion, about 34 inches top of the seat to the ground. I'm going to go ahead now and bring the seat lift back down and go over some other things. This unit has a swing away joystick on here as well, so that you can swing the joystick to the side so that you don't have any obstruction here in front of the arms. So whether you want to get in and out of the chair and push off the armrest, or you want to pull it closer to a table, that swing away joystick is an amazing feature to have on the power chair as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring that joystick back forward and then go over the electric tilt with you. Tilt is when the back and bottom are going back at the same time. What that is going to do is that's going to take the pressure off the lower half of your body, and it's going to apply it to your back, so it's going to help with circulation throughout the lower half. So anybody that has any type of pressure sores or needs some type of different type of positioning, this is a great feature to have on a power chair. Now, while you are in this position, you can also elevate the legs. The legs are held out by tension, so you will see as they begin to come up, they're going to slide in. That is normal. You will see that here in just a second, those legs begin to slide in. I will also mention as well, on the ICS box, when your lights are all green, it means you're at full driving speed. If your lights are at yellow, then it's going to be at a reduced speed. And if those lights go to red, then you are going to not be in a safe driving position and the chair will not operate. Well, just imagine if somebody was sitting in this chair, the foot plate would look something like this. And this is what you would be to get your feet above your heart, which is needed for some people for medical necessities. Now from here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the tilt back down. And I am able to do 2 things through this ICS box right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start reclining the back just for time for our video purposes. But the tilt function is going back down while the back is reclining at the same time, because I am holding 2 buttons. So now that the tilt is all the way back down, now I can let go of the tilt and just hold the recline button as well, so that you can see what this looks like in that fully reclined position. So this is what you're going to be looking at a pretty much 180-degree lay flat when your feet are up and your back is back. Now I'll go ahead and I'll bring the feet back in and I'll bring the back up. This unit also has gel arm pads on it, which is an upgraded feature for this unit as well. They're normally foam arm pads, but this is gel, so that is an optional upgrade. And I see on the other arm as well is a USB port, so if you need to charge a laptop or a cell phone, there is a built-in USB port underneath the left arm on this particular unit. I'll mention that the USB port, the swing away, the ICS box, and the gel arm pads were all optional upgrades for the person that got this chair, so that is not going to be standard on all power chairs. So now that we've gone through that, I'll go over some of the base and some of the seating as well. This is a front wheel drive configuration, which means your solid 14-inch drive wheels located in the front of the unit, and you have an anti-tip wheel off the ground elevated in the front. So if you were to go down something too steep, it would help you prevent from all the way flipping forward. You're going to have solid 7-inch large caster wheels in the back of the unit. And then you're also going to have dual shocks on both sides as well. So it's a very smooth driving chair. You are also going to have tie down points. You have 2 in the front, and then you're also going to have 2 right here in the back. So if you are trying to use any public transportation or any type of Q-lock straps in your vehicle, you are able to strap this chair down. And it is also compatible with the Q-lock and the Easy Lock, which is a floor mounting system. So if you were to buy one of these chairs, you can contact a local mobility van dealer and they would be able to put that application on for you. You do have 2 motors, one on each side with a little handle right here. If you were to push that handle down, it disengages the electromagnetic brake and allows you to roll the chair around freely. Now, do know this chair is somewhere in that 415 to 430 pound weight range, so it's not like it's a light chair if you imagine the weight of the user plus the 415 pounds, so it's not just going to move around like a manual chair, but you can disengage the motors if the batteries for some reason died and you had to push the chair around. Now, anytime you mess with those levers on the brakes, you do have to reset the power if your power is on, so that's what I was doing there. From here, you do have a fully adjustable headrest with multiple pivot points with an Allen wrench that you can really fine tune this to the person's size. This unit does take 60 amp gel recessed post batteries, and we do sell the batteries for this and for all, pretty much most all units on the market. So if you're in need of batteries for this chair or for other chairs, give us a call. We can typically ship those batteries right to your driveway. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to turn this chair around towards the front. Let me get it away from the wall a little bit. I mentioned to you earlier this is a front wheel driven configuration. So front wheel driven units are going to perform better outside in non-paved surfaces. It's not an all-terrain extreme chair, but if you are using some inside and you're going to use it a lot outside, a front wheel driven unit is a good unit to consider. If you're only going to be using it inside, we do also sell Permobil M3s, which are a mid-wheel design. So if you are looking for, a unit like this, give us a call. We can help and ask the right questions to fit the best unit with the drive configuration to your needs. Also, when we sell these units, we do fit these to your size. So anybody that's 300 pounds, 6'5", 5 foot tall, 100 pounds, we can fit this to the user size. So those cushions do sit on Velcro and they are adjustable. So once again, if you don't like the color, you don't like the certain seat size, the joystick side, all of that is configurable and would be configured before we ship this fully assembled on a pallet to your driveway. But I'm just going to go over what the current configurations are on this unit. It was set up at a 16-inch wide cushion by about 19 inches in depth. That's going to make the overall width of the unit about 24.5 inches. Now, if we start to make things bigger, your overall width would expand, but currently you're under 25 inches in overall width with how this unit is currently set up. Joystick can go on right or left hand side, and the arms do flip up on both sides all the way out of the way for easy access. Does come with a seat belt on the unit, and I did mention that this one does have really good headlights. So I've seen some, I might have mentioned in other videos, some of the lighter lights just kind of illuminate inside your home. This is actually going to illuminate your path if you were driving this outside. And you do also have turn signals and hazard lights, which you can see here based on the hazard lights that I just turned on. Now, the unit does flip up, the footplate does flip up on this unit. So if you do want to get into the chair, you can tuck your legs all the way back in to where then you don't have a lot of obstruction here in front. Now, do know your tip wheels do stick out a little bit, so you would need to either put your feet out a little farther or have them in between the tip wheels when you're going to stand. The distance between those tip wheels is about 20.5 inches, so that's what you would need if you wanted to use this to then stand on the chair. The one other function that I forgot to mention to you earlier when I said it had 5 functions is there is an anterior tilt. So if you hold the tilt button forward, it is going to have about a 10-degree anterior tilt, which is just basically the seat tilting forward. So it's not anything major, but you are going to have a little bit of anterior tilt on the unit, which would help you to be able to reach and grab something a little easier, and or help kind of get your center of gravity forward to help assist get in or out of the unit. So now that I've gone over pretty much most of the specs on this unit, if you would go ahead and follow us outside, I'm going to do a driving demonstration so you can see what I look like sitting in this chair. So what we have here is a Permobil F3. This is a little over 6 miles an hour top end speed. This is a front wheel driven unit. So if you needed something that was for inside use, but also you wanted to take around baseball fields, soccer fields, or maybe a little bit around your property, a front wheel driven configuration would be a good unit for you to consider. I did mention to you earlier, it does have that 12-inch seat elevation on it as well. So that I'm going to show you, I'm going to go ahead and elevate the seat now just to kind of show you what the top end speed is and what it kind of looks like for stability when you do have that seat in the 12-inch seat lift elevation position. But it is a very smooth driving chair. It's very responsive. Now you are able to scale down the speed, so I don't want to hear somebody say, hey, I hear it responsive, and then be nervous about the overall whippiness or driving of the unit. It is a very comfortable driving chair, but we are able to program this down as well in certain speeds and accelerations if that is needed. So I'm getting about 3.1 miles an hour when I'm in the fully elevated seat position. But once again, if you're all the way down, you're a little bit closer to 6 miles an hour. Now this, once again, being the front wheel configuration, it does take a little bit more room to turn than a mid-wheel drive chair. So if you are looking for a power chair, we do sell all different drive configurations as well. So we would love that if you would give us a call. We could definitely speak with you and see what's going to be the best configuration for you. And then also to get a reference, I'm 6 foot tall, 220 pounds. It sits me okay right now. It could be a little bit wider and a little bit deeper of a seat. But once again, all that is going to be configured before we ship the unit to you. So if you're looking for something like this, give us a call. We'd love to speak with you.
Hi, I'm Marc.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marcs Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.